more gang members than Oakland, California. Oakland, California, the birthplace of the Panthers, the birthplace, essentially, of gangs. We have more registered, and you put in non-registered to really blow your mind. But registered, as far as what the system knows about, we have more gang members than Oakland, California, right here in Paterson. See, something happened right under our nose as a people, and I can't say we didn't catch it at the time, because I'm going to show you something. Bear with me. Bear with me. As I was going through all these articles in my house, and these articles, they have meaning. They are a collection of articles since the late 90s. I've been collecting these articles for over 15 years. I never imagined that I would stand in front of a group of people and display and explain to you what happened, but God had his own purpose. You understand? I'm just following my path, following orders. You understand? But the point is, I can't say Paterson dropped the ball, because I ran across this as I'm going through all my old stuff, and it says, gang alert from the mayor's office, right? This was distributed to the street to warn parents what to look for, bandanas, gang signs. Then I looked and saw that the late Martin G. Barnes, that's how long ago this came out, in the Barnes administration. You understand? So I said to myself, well, they saw it coming, but they just weren't fully prepared for what monster was about to come to them. You understand? So my point is, we have to completely change the way we come at our kids in the city of Paterson if you want your city to get better. Because let me tell you something. I'm not a doom and gloom kind of person. That's not my thing. I believe in hope. I'm an optimist. You understand? You wake up with that dark stuff in your heart, man, you can't live like that. You got to get that out of here. So why do I say that? I believe there is hope. But I need y'all to understand that it's going to take a lot of work. I can't come here and be like, oh, we're going to wave a magic wand and get rid of this gang problem. It's not going to happen. It's too embedded. When I grew up, I can say I remember Paterson before gangs. The kids nowadays can't say that. You know what they say? Man, my mama was a blood. My father was a blood. Man, my granddaddy crippin'. You understand? We are now generations deep into gangbanging. So take your most gang-ridden city, Chicago perhaps, and look at yourself, because that's what you're dealing with. So we need to begin to come up with new formulas, new recipes. The same old thing ain't gonna get it. But I do, in the same breath, I want to commend all the organizations who have the Stop the Violence rallies. Brother Bilal been a tireless pillar of the community for I don't know how long. And he know I'm always breezing through, but I pay more attention than y'all think. I watch everything, because that's what I do. I've been out in these streets. I did this thing for real. Like so many of y'all have, peace, brother. But I did this thing for real, for real. You understand? So I understand all levels and dynamics of what this street life is, and I understand all levels and dynamics of what this gang life is. Because if you don't truly understand it, I commend the police officer Paterson. Yes, I do. And you tell him, Dasu said, I commend you. It's not easy to get up and come out and try to stop the violence on these streets every day. And every person that sits here and say, I ain't gonna front now, like I'm some cop lover. There are good ones, there are bad ones. But I support the officers who come out every day and do their job, that want to see the violence stop. Because it's not easy for them either to come looking over dead bodies every day. Or, case in point, the officers who take the time to go into the schools and talk to the kids. Like in my travels, I see officers. I've done work with the NYPD. I've been everywhere. I've been all over teaching. Because from this book, I was picked up by an organization called Share for Life. It's out of New York, Share for Life Foundation. The executive director, her name is Janine Salisbury, and she has truly changed my life. She heard about me from the book, heard about me from speaking at Eastside in 2011. I've been working for her organization for like the past 3.5 years. It has taken me all over the tri-state area. It has taken me deep into every borough of New York, every borough of New York. I teach classes in the projects. I go to the program is funded through NYCHA, the New York City Housing Authority. So everything we do, we go into the project, into the community center, and talk to the kids. That's what I do. That's one of my jobs. I've been doing that for 3.5 years. So to bring this home to Paterson, it's truly like a blessing to me. But with that traveling, what those teachers have taught me, it puts me ahead of the curve, as to what's coming to Paterson, because Paterson mimics New York, whether they want to admit it or not, it's true. Paterson mimics New York. Most of the gangs that are here, they didn't come from the West, they came from New York. We pick up on the trends, we run with it. But working with those kids in New York City and East Orange, I've been many other charter schools, but working with those kids in New York City, I learned a lot of things. I learned with young people who really don't care about anything, what they're willing to do. Like when I look at y'all, I'm gonna tell you something. Right now, I can already see it's hope for y'all. Every last young man I'm looking at in this room, and the older gentleman, it's hope for y'all. You know why? Because I'm experienced enough to see it in your eyes. I've taught classes where the kids were so unruly. While I'm trying to teach the class, I got to duck a book. The kids throwing chairs, I worked a couple of years as a bouncer in a club, so I'm familiar with, how to break down tense situations. But my point, my last class I taught in New York was in the East River houses in Harlem in December. Bear with me. I walked into that class. I'm talking about these kids were going crazy. Fighting each other, and I had to I'm not the yelling type, but I had to over yell them just to get their attention. So I'm like, hey, this is what you want to do, this is what you want to become, you're better than this, da-da-da-da-da. Losing my voice, Towards the end of the class, I got them to settle down and just talk to me for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Now I could get at their brains a little bit. The next time I went home, and my wife in the back could tell you, I was so frustrated when I got home. I was like, baby, this is the first time I actually considered walking out of class. I ain't never seen kids that I'm talking about, they don't care who you was, what you represent, what you trying to be. They don't care about life. And they was young, man. I'm talking 12 to 15, who feel like they ain't had nothing to live for. So look what I did, Rashad. I had 2 more classes to teach. My first class was on a Monday. I had a class on a Wednesday, a class on a Friday. The second class, when I came back,